Hey everyone, my name's Timmzey, welcome to the channel. Short watch video today on Jacob & Co. My reel versus my rep. Just wondered if you could tell which one was which. Obviously it's quite a distinct watch, it's sort of a millennium era, so it's, some would describe it as tacky. It's something I always wanted. I got it in my collection a couple of years ago. I think about 12 months ago now. The batteries ran out, so it kind of got pushed to the back of the cupboard. And then recently I had a bit of a panic on, wondering if the batteries were corroding, because I'd brought a few quartz watches recently which had damaged batteries, and I thought I better get me Jacob & Co out and get them batteries changed. So I've done that today. I've stripped the batteries out, ready for ordering some new ones. The other watch came from a car boot sale, cost me £1. I thought it was quite funny, obviously, because I've got the real version of it. I just wondered if you could tell it at a glance which is the real and which is the rep. Let me zoom in a little bit for you to see. So one of these is quite plain, and one of them obviously jazzed up. It might be hard to notice at first which one is which. Let's take a look at the back. Now I've got both these backs off, so they're literally falling off, but that is one watch. Stainless steel, one of the finest quality. And this one here is there. So I'm hoping you can see the detail in this compared to this plain back. Ignore the straps, because this is an aftermarket buffalo strap, and this is obviously cheap and nasty. So you can see the distinct difference with the backs here. Let's just get these off. Okay, so I've already removed the two screws here. Let me zoom back a little bit. You can see that the back on the real Jacob & Co is turned quite nicely, where the other one is just a pressed piece of tin, basically. Quite nice detail in this. As I know it isn't a difficult process to do on a machine, but it's just a nice finishing touch. I've got a real Rolex case here, and it's just a simple stamp compared to a nice bit of turning here. If I remove this carefully, you can see the Jacob & Co 5 times owned Swiss made. And then when we look at this, you can see that's a very cheap and nasty watch. Hopefully it'll zoom in and focus. Yeah, you can see that. And now when you look, you may notice that those hands are part of the face, whereas on the real Jacob & Co, these individually move. Of course, when there's batteries in there. Going back to the back, you can see the 5 different time zones. I was actually quite impressed with the quality of this watch. It's the first time I've had the back off it. I did mark it a few months ago trying to do it before, but I managed to pop it off today. And yeah, it was quite impressive. You can see, well, it's hard to picture, the 4 buttons are all marked Jacob, and when I looked in detail, it looks like the central clock is 7 jewels and the other ones are 5 jewels. It's nothing extravagant inside. We know this was more about it being a statement piece rather than a piece of engineering, but it's still quite nicely made. I was quite impressed with it. As you can see there, it's nicely finished. It's a good quality watch, made in Switzerland, compared to the replica there, which is just a piece of pressed tin basically. Yeah, it's unbelievable. This does want an original strap putting back on it. I've been trying to get hold of a blue one. They're quite expensive. They're sort of 200-250 quid for a strap. And I want the crocodile blue one, which probably would have been on it originally. and I think that'll just finish it off. You can also get additional bezels, you know, sort of like this, with diamonds and stuff in, but I was never into that. I just like the nice simple 5-time zone, which is why I got it. Hopefully when you look online and you see Jacobs and you're wondering whether they're real or not, you can use this as a bit of a guide. No buttons, no buttons, printed on dials, cheap and nasty back, poor quality strap, and that gives you an idea compared to individual dials. The markings on the second hand also showed Jacob. It's quite hard to focus. As you can see there, Jacob & Co. Each button is embossed with a J, and there are 4 of them, plus the crown. I've already showed you the back in detail. I think this one, yeah, A1645 reference. That's a good thing to check out. See if it's turned inside. See if this piece is the first thing you see when you take the back off. And that should help you to determine whether it's a real Jacob & Co or not. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.